Welcome back to Cellar Series. In our last episode, there was only one thing we could spotlight. It is the staple and flagship of Hellas Restaurant, the crab cake.
And you know what goes good with crab cakes? Beer.
I don't know, Todd. I'm kind of partial to cocktails, you know? Old Bay, horseradish, tomato. What goes better with crab?
That's true.
Get to the crab est bon, magnifique.
Very sophisticated coming from the guy in the Def Leppard shirt over here.
Regular de flipard.
Oh my
All right, welcome back to 21090 Cellar Series final episode. I am Andy. This is Todd, and with us always is owner Mike. We are so happy to be here for our last episode of the season. Only one thing we could spotlight here, and that is the best crab cake in the state of Maryland. Mike, tell us a little bit about what makes this so special.
So it starts first and foremost with the crab meat. Our philosophy is we only use the big lumps. So our crab cakes are jumbo lump crab cakes. They are big, like juicy, meaty lumps of fresh crab meat. And it is a crab cake. So we do have a little bit of egg. There's some breading in there to bind it together. We're not just trying to do like a crab cocktail or just a crab dish, but at the heart and the center of this is a very light seasoning to accentuate the flavor of that crab meat.
Yeah, and we have had this many times before. I would dare you to go out and find a better crab cake in the area, probably in the Mid-Atlantic. I'm not going to lie to you.
In Maryland, this is where you want to be for a crab cake.
It's fantastic, and I didn't think there was any better way to cap off season one. Plus, it's summertime. We've been doing a ton of beers this series, but we don't just have to use beer with the crab cakes. There's 3 different ways that we think you can come to Hellas and really enjoy a good crab cake. So the first one we're going to talk about, Mike, is actually we're going to veer away from beer, and we're going to talk a little bit about wine.
Sure, yeah. Crab meat is very versatile. The crab cake itself is a very versatile item to pair with. Traditionally, if you're pairing crab cake, crab meat, seafood with wine, people will go the route of a Sauvignon Blanc, maybe even a Pinot Grigio. For this pairing, we've selected a Provençal rosé. So it's a nice French rosé. It has a medium body to it, a little bit of butterness, and there's like a nice herbaceous quality to it that pairs really well and lends itself well to the crab cake.
And for those of you who don't know, rosés, they get this color because the grape spends very little time with the skin on before it's removed. Both the Cinsault and the Grenache, which make up this grape, they're very prominent in the southern region of France and Provence. These are very low tannic grapes, especially the Cinsault. It's more of an aromatic. So this should be a very nice, light, soft, fruit-forward rosé. And
we're pairing it with what you call crab ball.
This is our crab ball, yeah. So these are our little 3.5, 4-ounce version of the crab cake.
I like it.
That's like a crab cake in some places.
It is. It is. That's a crab ball for us. You know, it's something lighter. It's more of an appetizer type form of the crab cake. You know, we sell so many crab cakes that we sell them in a lot of different forms, you know, to meet everybody's needs.
Makes sense.
There's a reason you sell a lot.
So should we drink?
Well, let's take a sip. What do you think? The nose is nice.
You get a nice nose off that, definitely.
So this is a good summertime wine, I guess, right?
You see that like nice buttery finish to it? It kind of coats your tongue.
Pretty.
That provides body and substance, so it holds up to the crab cake.
I think it's going to pair great.
Let's dig into it.
Let's dive in.
Guys.
Where are my forks? There we go.
All right, I'll step back a little bit here. Let you guys.
Don't step back. Put that plate over here, my friend.
Andrew, go ahead, my friend.
All right. I'm going to get more than that. There we go.
So.
Oh, man.
Again, Mike talked about that the back fin, that jumbo lump, you know, blue crab, and that's what this is all about. There are some other seasoning I'm sure you're putting in there, right, that accentuate that, but it's what you would expect from a crab cake, not filler, a crab cake. It's really, really good.
This rosé pairs really nice with it. It's soft enough that it doesn't overpower the shellfish. You just really get a nice, smooth aftertaste with this.
Yes.
Beautiful pairing. Just make sure
Slow
Mike.
your roll there. We got a lot.
We
We
got
got a lot of
crab.
crab cake going on there.
Good, because I got an appetite.
So, Mike, the second course we're going to go into is what your crab cake looks. And this is a giant
Yes.
monster. So if you're coming in here for a dinner
you see.
or even a lunch, that's what you're going to get. I mean, look at
You
that.
see nice big lumps of crab meat in there.
And this was not just
together.
made for to show today. This is
No,
the actual size
this is
of
our
the
crab
crab
cake.
cakes that you're going to get every
That
time
is our
you
crab
come here.
cake.
It is absolutely fantastic. But hey,
Yep.
Todd, we'll
Yep.
move away from my
Let's do it.
my wine.
Your vino.
We'll dive into what we typically stay with here. We're going to do the beer.
Sure.
And the cool thing here is we got a nice little Maryland tie. We're in
Yes.
Maryland. This, and actually we're in Anne Arundel County.
Yes.
This is from a brewery called the Crooked Crab, which is the first and only brewery right now operating in Anne Arundel County, which is really cool. They're right down the street.
Yep.
They put out some awesome stuff. They're relatively new. But Mike, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be drinking from them.
So we are drinking Pashmina
Say
Afghan.
that 10 times fast.
It is a New England style golden ale or blonde ale. Now, we've seen the craze of the New England style IPAs coming through. They're unfiltered, they're lush, they have good like fruit forwardness to them. It's really the popular IPA style. These guys have expanded the box a little bit, and we're seeing that second wave of these New England style beers, and this is a golden ale. So it doesn't have the hop presence of an IPA, but it has that lushness, and it has that that unfiltered, like full body quality of
The
the
nose
New
is still
England
real
style.
pleasant. It's got a hint
really
of
is.
that citrus and
Sure.
fruit forwardness.
Yeah, you definitely will get the citrus. Get a little bit of minerality in there, almost like a coppery finish at the end.
Good
So it's
lacing on
different than
this. This has
citrus.
got good
Yeah,
legs.
look
This
at that.
is
No,
nice.
it
Look at
is.
the
It
legs on
is.
this.
You
This is
can.
really nice.
As I always say, enough
That's
talking,
it.
more drinking.
More drinking.
Yeah, let's do
Cheers.
it. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Oh, very nice body on that too.
Yeah.
Really nice, creamy mouthfeel.
Well done beer.
Yeah. But the question is, what is it like with the crab cake?
Let's dig in
Well,
there,
hold on.
boys.
Look, I mean, just look at this for a second. I'm just going in. Look at that. I mean, that's back fin lump right there. Again, that's what you want in your crab and crab cakes. This is what you're paying for. Oh,
Yeah, people who put all that junk in there, they have all the, the peppers and this, that, and the other thing. That's not a crab cake.
No, we
This-
are very simple.
This is a crab cake. You want basic crab cake
at that.
recipe.
I mean, come on.
Can't beat this.
We have no pimentos, no parsley, no peppers of any sort. We don't sell it with a remoulade. We're very classic in how we present it. And now take some of this and drink some of this beer. Watch the little bit of the citrus quality you get out of it really does lend well to it. It's almost like
It changed the
squeezing some
flavor.
lemon
Isn't it
on
amazing how
there.
that works?
Yes.
The beers now, after I ate that, it's changed. It's
That's a really pretty pairing.
It
It
is a
really
great
is.
pairing.
I like how soft both of these are together, both the rosé and now transferring into this hazy blonde.
Mike, you must make a ton of these crab cakes
Oh,
every day, huh?
we do. We go through a ton of them. We do.
Unbelievable.
There's a reason
There's
for
Hundreds
that.
hundreds of pounds of crab meat a week we go through.
And
Now
there's-
notice how the sweetness of the crab meat comes out when you're eating it while you're drinking the beer. That citrusy, that little bit of tartness in the beer really enhances the crab meat.
I don't know how we can go even better than this, but I guess we've got one more
Well,
step.
there's
more.
still some more to munch on here.
Unbelievable.
And we're 2 for 2. This has been, these two pairings have been awesome. All right, so for our last pairing, this is really fun too. Again, we're staying kind of with that Maryland theme. You're gonna see a little Old Bay kicking here, but there's nothing better sometimes in the morning than a good old-fashioned Bloody Mary. Mike's put his spin and personal touch on it. He's gonna tell us a little bit about what goes into that, and again, why this also pairs so well with crab meat.
So when you're thinking about condiments for crab cakes, right? The two most popular condiments, or two of the most popular condiments, are one, Old Bay, second, cocktail sauce. Cocktail sauce,
Yep.
ketchup,
Yeah.
horseradish.
Yeah.
Well, the Bloody Mary is kind of an homage to cocktail sauce,
Yeah.
right? We got an Old Bay rim here, so that adds like that spice component to it. The Bloody Mary mix is made up with horseradish, garlic, celery seed, Old Bay, a little bit of hot sauce, some tomato juice. So it is. It incorporates a lot of these flavors that are naturally complementary to crabs.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So let's
look.
go. Let's dive in, Mike. Cheers, guys.
Really good.
Bloody Mary with crab cakes. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
We got that Old Bay on the rim
Yep.
That's awesome.
with that mix. Now I can imagine you're saying you got some sliders here now.
We
right?
do, yeah. So this is
Pull these
another
guys
form of the
out.
crab cake that we serve. And guys, I'm gonna let you guys dig into these.
Well, I was gonna say,
we made
this
one
is-
for each of you.
This is for you and Todd.
Well, my big mouth can take
This
that.
is-
No, you guys
this
can
is
have
for
these.
Andy.
We got plenty.
Oh, I'll dig in. You don't have to tell me twice.
Now this is our crab cake slider. It is the option that we provide for people that don't want that whole crab cake, that want a little bit more substance and just getting a crab cake, a crab ball. Notice like there's a little bit difference there in the flavor because you have the lettuce, you have the tomato, you have the
Texture.
bread, so
That's
it adds texture and flavor to that.
You know what I like too, Mike, is I think, especially in Maryland, like everyone loves Old Bay. You dump it on everything.
Wow. Yeah.
But Old Bay can also kind of hide the flavor of a lot of seafood because people overload it.
Sure.
How plain and just pure the crab cakes and the sliders and the crab balls are here makes the Old Bay complement it that much more because it's not the predominant flavor. It's kind of like something that is just a nice little complement to it.
No
So
doubt
we'll
about
sip
it.
of this.
Yeah, kicking back some of these Bloody Marys and having crab cakes.
And that's what we do in
It
Maryland,
is.
right?
It is. It's a
nothing
Maryland
better than-
tradition.
There you go.
My
I mean, this is one heck of a way to wrap up season 1 of Cellar Series, Andy. What do you say? As you took a bite, he's speechless for once.
I know,
can't believe
finally.
it. Unbelievable. We finally shut him up.
That's something to cheers to.
Oh my gosh.
Well, all I can say is, if you're in the Mid-Atlantic area, if you're in Maryland, if you're anywhere close, and you have the opportunity to come by and see Hella's restaurant, pay Mike a visit,
Yep. Tell him we sent you.
sample everything that we spotlighted here on the Cellar Series in season 1.
Yep.
The food has been fantastic. The people are awesome. The atmosphere is great. It's inviting. The beer is phenomenal. You're going to get a beer mist a mile long.
what he's doing.
And so I guess I have to ask you, are we going to have a contract renewed for season 2 here?
I think we have something in the works.
All right.
The cellar is being stocked as we
Ooh,
speak.
there's a little
So we'll have our
There's a
people.
little
Our
tease.
people will talk to your people. We'll see what
We
happens.
have people now.
Oh, I
But
didn't know
we
that.
do want to thank you for how gracious you were this season.
No,
This has
it's
been
been
fun.
my
This has
pleasure.
been really awesome. We cannot wait to do this again next year, and I think we'll
fall.
probably kick off in the fall.
Yep.
But this has been a fantastic way to end the Cellar Series. So on behalf of Mike and everyone here at Hella's, and of course Todd and Andy from 21090, we thank you for watching. Go back and check out the old Cellar
Yes.
Series episodes. And cheers, gentlemen. This has
Cheers.
been fun. I don't know which one to
Yamas.
grab.
Yamas. There we go.
Oh, I'm
All
going
right.
with the cocktail right now.
Magnifique.
Crab
Okay.
cakes and football.
You
That's what
can
Maryland does.
chase it with the beer,
Oh, there we
right?
go.
Beer chasers,
Oh my God.
bloodies with beer chasers.
Okay.
Another Maryland
Yeah,
thing.
chase it with a crab cake.
There you go.
Awesome. Well
All
done,
right.
guys.
We good?
Well done. Cheers.